The papyrus, putting on my table every month. I don't wanna be sad. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you see how it is, it's so inviting. The papyrus, we're all so alive. The papyrus.
Hello, welcome to National Assembly News on the Papyrus TV Africa. House of Representatives call for prayers, unity as Muslims begin Ramadan. Begins probe into 9.4 trillion oil companies' debts. PDP demands Akpabio's resignation amid sexual harassment allegations. Deputy Chief Whips dismisses allegations against Akpabio. National Assembly under pressure to address concerns over tax reform bills. Extends deadline for state and local government creations memos. The House of Representatives have extended warm wishes to Muslims across Nigeria as they commence the holy month of Ramadan, urging citizens to embrace unity, peace, and prayers for the nation's progress. In a goodwill message, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, emphasized the importance of national unity and divine guidance for leaders at all levels. He called on Nigeria to offer prayers for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the 10th National Assembly, underscoring the need for wisdom in navigating country's socio-economic challenges. Beyond governance and leadership, we need divine direction to overcome the current difficulties facing our nation. Let us seize this moment of spiritual reflection to seek Allah's blessing for peace, stability, and prosperity, Speaker Abbas stated. The House of Representatives reaffirms its commitment to democracy and governance that prioritizes the well-being of all Nigerians. The Speaker encouraged the Muslims faithful to uphold the core values of Ramadan, self-discipline, charity, and compassion as they embark on this sacred journey of faith. The House wishes Muslims a spiritually rewarding Ramadan and prayed for divine grace upon Nigeria. In another development, the House of Representatives has launched an inquiry into outstanding debts amounting to 9.4 trillion allegedly owed to the federal account by several oil companies. The probe, spearheaded by the Public Accounts Committee, is aimed at ensuring financial accountability within Nigeria's petroleum sector. According to findings from Auditor General's 2021 financial report, the debt stemmed from unpaid royalties, concession rentals, gas flare penalties, and production sharing contract obligation, many of which remain unsettled despite the stipulation of Petroleum Industry Act. The Public Accounts Committee, chaired by Rep. Bamidele Salam, has summoned over 40 oil companies to appear before lawmakers at the National Assembly in Abuja beginning Monday, March 3, 2022. The affected companies have been directed to present detailed financial records and explanations regarding their outstanding liabilities. The House has also warned that failure to comply with the summons could lead to severe repercussions. This development marked a renewed push by the legislature to enforce financial discipline in Nigeria's oil sector, ensuring that all revenues due to the nations are properly accounted for. The Deputy Chief Whip of the Senate, Senator Onyekachi Peter Nwebonyi, has condemned recent allegations against Senate President Godswill Akpabio, calling them baseless and politically motivated attempts to destabilize the Senate. Reacting to remarks by former Senate President Bukola Saraki, who called for transparency in addressing the accusations, Nwebonyi insisted that the claims against Akpabio lack substance. He contrasted them with Saraki's past case, which he described as an administrative issue, arguing that Akpabio's accusers are simply trying to invade disciplinary actions. Nwebonyi specifically criticized Senator Natasha Akpoti-Oduaghan for recently accusing Akpabio of sexual harassment. He questioned why she never raised such concerns within the Senate or reported the matters to female colleagues, suggesting that the allegation only surfaced after she faced disciplinary proceedings. This is not the first time Senator Natasha has made reckless allegations against public figures. We have seen similar claims against Rene Omakri, Dino Malaye, and Yahaya Bello, all of which lack any credible evidence, Nwabonye said. To address the controversy, he proposed 3 key steps. Akpoti Uduaghan should face the Senate Ethics Committee regarding allegation of misconduct. If she has genuine claims, she should pursue legal action through appropriate channels. The Senate should not be distracted by what he called a campaign of falsehood aimed at avoiding accountability. Nwabonye emphasized that the Senate operates on principles of law and reason, urging Nigerians not to allow blackmail and political distractions to undermine its integrity. In a follow-up report, the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has called for Senate President Godswill Akpabio to step down in light of sexual harassment allegations leveled against him by Senator Natasha Akpoti-Oduaghan of Kogi Central. The statement issued by its National Publicity Secretary, Debo Olagunagba, the PDP stressed the need for an impartial and transparent investigation, arguing that Akpabio's continuous leadership could compromise the credibility of the process. Since he is the one being accused, it is only right that he steps aside to allow an impartial investigation to take place. He cannot preside over a case that involves him, Olagunagba said. The party also expressed concern about the broader implication of the scandal, warning that it has become a major distraction from critical national issues. It emphasized the importance of protecting women's rights and condemned any form of discrimination as unconstitutional and unacceptable. Olagunagba further accused the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) of failing in its leadership, blaming the controversy on deeper systematic issues within the party. The Senate, as a respected institution, must act responsibly to prevent further embarrassment to the nation. Akpabio has a duty to himself, the country, and the Senate to ensure a credible investigation. If he is committed to the truth, he should willingly step aside, he added. The PDP demands has intensified political tension in the National Assembly, with growing calls for an independent probe into the allegations. As the National Assembly moves closer to passing 4 critical tax reforms bill, Nigerians are demanding that lawmakers incorporate concerns raised by individuals, businesses, and key stakeholders during public hearings. Many fears that despite the extensive engagement, the legislator may prioritize political interests over public input. The bills: Nigerian Tax Bill 2024, Nigerian Tax Administration Bill, Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Bill, and Joint Revenue Board Establishment Bill were introduced by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration to overhaul the country's tax structure. However, they have sparked nationwide debate, particularly over the proposed periodic increase in value-added tax. But while the Senate swiftly moved the bills through second reading, the House of Representatives initially resisted, citing the need for broader consultation. A compromise was later reached after a reversed proposal, brokered between state governors and the Tax Reform Committee, promised a fairer VAT distribution formula, 50% equity, 30% derivation, and 20% population. Despite this, concerns remain. Legal and economic analysis, including Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Mike Ozokome, and constitutional lawyer Abdul Mahmood, warned that the public hearing may have been a mere formality, with final decisions already shaped by political consideration. They argued that the growing influence of state governors and the executive over the legislatures could silence public input. Meanwhile, the House Committee on Finance, led by James Falake, has assured Nigerians that all stakeholders' submission will be reviewed before the bill returns for a final reading next week. However, critics insist that unless civil society and professional bodies push back, the process risks becoming a rubber stamp exercise that prioritizes political expediency over economic justice. With the final passage imminent, all eyes are now on National Assembly to see whether it will uphold public interest or bow to political pressure. The House of Representatives Committee on Review of the Constitution has extended the deadline for submitting memorandum on the creation of additional states and local government areas, LGAs, in Nigeria. Originally set for March 5th, 2025, the new deadline has been moved to March 26, 2025, following public requests for more time to submit proposals. The extension was confirmed in a circular signed by the Deputy Speaker and Committee Chairman, Right Honorable Benjamin Okezie Kalu. According to Kalu, the committee remains committed to ensuring a fair and transparent process that aligns with constitutional provision. He emphasized that all submission must comply with Section 8(1) of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which outlines the legal process for state and local government creation. For a proposal to be considered, it must be supported by at least a two-thirds majority of representatives from the affected areas, including the Senate and House of Representatives, the House of Assembly of the concerned state, local government councils within the proposed area. Additionally, soft copies of proposal must be submitted electronically to info@hccr.gov.ng, while physical copies should be delivered in triplicate to the committee secretariat at room H331, House of Representatives, National Assembly Complex, Abuja. The committee warned that only submission that meets these legal criteria will be considered. Citizens, interest groups, and traditional leaders advocating for new state or local government areas are urged to adhere strictly to the requirement before the new deadlines. As the process unfolds, political analysts predict heated debate as state government and regional interest groups push for recognition of their demands. This has been the Papyrus TV Africa.
The Papyrus.